Good morning and welcome to the chaos. Although it's not as chaotic around here as it normally is because my children are all still asleep. It is before 7 o'clock in the morning. Um, so a little bit of an early start, but I have been procrastinating making this video and I wanted to just get started on it so that I wouldn't have any more excuses. And it has been a while. It's been several weeks, I think, since my last video. A lot has happened between now and then. I had my last two markets of the year, one of which was an absolute banger, and I made about $300 an hour. And then the next one, just a couple of days after that, where I barely made back my table fee. So just, a perfect example of how you just never know how these things are going to go. Especially because the first one was the one I was expecting to just sort of do okay, and the second one was the one I was expecting to do really well, and it wound up being the opposite. It just is what it is, So that was that. I wanted to do a video recapping the markets, but life happened. Those two markets were right before Thanksgiving, so we had the family holiday, and we went to my parents, and we had lots of good food and spent the night and just had a great time. And then, of course, everybody got sick because it's that time of year and the weather is getting colder. And everybody's immune systems are tanking. So everybody in my house was sick, including me. I lost my voice. And then my dog passed. And yeah, it's been a rough, busy few weeks, a lot going on. And I just didn't take the time to sit down and make a video. And I thought several times about different videos I would want to make, and I just didn't sit down and do it. Some of the ideas that I had were to do a Christmas pattern roundup, which a lot of people on YouTube are doing right now. But at this point, if I even tried to, I have all the patterns picked out, but if I tried to, get them made, by the time I got them made, got the video recorded and edited and up, it would be nearly Christmas and you wouldn't want those patterns anymore. So probably not going to do that idea. Probably going to shelve it. I do want to do more pattern roundups, so I'm going to be coming up with some more themes of roundups to do and do a few of those. I love trying to find patterns that not a lot of other creators have discovered and put out there to try to showcase other work. So if there's patterns that you like or that you've seen and just kind of want to see how do they work up, that you would love to see in a roundup, you can let me know in the comments and I would be happy to look them up. Or theme ideas of patterns that you just really are interested in seeing. I want to try to find some more stuff that's not everybody has seen. I did several of these pattern roundups, on the beginning part of my channel. I think I did spring roundups for a good solid month. It was like every week was a new 10 or 15 roundups. It was a lot of patterns that I went through for spring. And I've done my favorite possum pattern roundup and my favorite dragon pattern roundups and stuff like that. So, I'd love to do some more of those. I do have, where is he? Where's Monty? I think my kids may have made off with my Monty bag because I don't see him. He was right here on this couch. I'm going to have to find him. But I have a bag of Monty the snake that was my sort of my temperature blanket for the year. I was using up all of my leftover bits of scrap yarn into making this snake. Now, the qualification had to be it was little enough yarn that I really couldn't justify making anything with it. And the smallest octo or keychain size chicken or something, that was kind of the limit. If I couldn't make at least that, then it went into Monty's bag. And I did pretty good for a few months, adding to him as I went. And then I kind of just ran out of time and was market prepping nonstop. So all of his scraps just went shoved into the bag with him. So now I have a half-made snake and a big bag of scraps. So I need to finish making Monty and show you, all the scraps I had from the year. I have another year-end sort of one that I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it in December or if I want it to be the first video in January. It may be the first video in January where it's going to be sort of a year-long wrap-up. And I want to go over, just in brief, all the markets that I've done for the year. I have a little fishbowl, plastic fishbowl, candy jar kind of thing that I've been keeping all of my yarn labels all year in. So I'm going to go through how many skeins of yarn I've used up in the year. I've got, a spreadsheet with all kinds of statistics. So I'm going to do that for first week of January. That's one of my video plans. And And this video, like I said, was going to be a roundup, but things kind of gelled in a different way, and now we have a different plan for today. So I'm going to start by saying that I have been just enjoying doing pattern tests and not market prepping for the past like 2 weeks, and it's been fantastic. And I also made a little monkey. I'll show you an example. Like this. This is a Madeline Mako pattern. I made one of these for my grandmother, who her church group adopted a family who would not be able to provide a whole lot of like non-essentials for Christmas time. So they're kind of helping out with that to make sure the kids get, a good Christmas with toys and stuff. So she commissioned me to make a monkey for the little girl in that family that they are sponsoring. And when I did, she showed it to her other friends in her church group and several of her other friends in her Eastern Star group and such as that, and started collecting commissions for me. So the first one, she texted me, and mind you, all of these commissions so far have been through like very secondhand text. Like it's my grandmother texting me texting my grandmother, and then her talking to her friend, and then talking back to me. It's been a mess, but it works. But she texted me saying that her friend wanted something for her grandkids. What would I suggest? And I was like, well, I don't know. How old are they? That's going to be a big indicator right there. And they're all under 3. So I sent her some pictures of some of my little small guys, mostly like the Poggy's Place, but just that size. I think I have some little Pokemon that size too. And said I can remake any of these very quickly and do it without the eyes and just embroider the eyes, and those would be safe for babies. And then I had a Minnie Mouse snuggler that I've actually had for a while because the person who had originally requested it ghosted me when I got it finished. So she's just been hanging out. And I showed her this, and I said, and these baby snugglers are really good because there's no eyes and there's no stuffing to pull out of the main body, and it's kind of like a little blanky lovey. So send her pictures. So I sent her a picture of that blanky lovey, and the friend decided that she wanted that same lovey in red, and then also another one in blue. And she wanted 2 reds and 1 in blue. So then I had to figure out how had I made this thing, because of course when I originally made it, I didn't write it down. I took a pattern that exists. It's a Mama Made Minis, like one of her mini snugglers. I can't remember the pattern's actual name. It's something mouse, and it's the mini snuggler. And I heavily altered it to make it look like this instead. And I got rid of the knots in the legs, and like I did a lot of changes to that pattern, but I didn't write any of it down because it was going to be a one-off. I wasn't really expecting to do it again. So then I had to try to recreate what I had originally done. So this commission has led me into an adventure, just putting that out there. So I had to try to recreate that. So the first one that I did was this. I again used the Mama Made Minis pattern as sort of a jumping off point to kind of give me an idea of the shaping I wanted to do, but I changed it almost immediately, with the nose shape being a little bit different and how I placed the color changes being different. The ears wound up being the same. I completely made up the bow. I made up the arms, and then I altered the body and the legs again to get them a little bit different. Now these legs are a little shorter, I think, than the first one was, but I still wasn't completely happy with it, and I needed to make another one. And I decided, well, since I've changed so much already, let me just do my own thing, right? So I completely went away from the Mama Made Minis pattern and decided to just try to recreate this shape myself and change up the things that I didn't like until I kind of made my own thing out of it. So I've actually written this out as my own pattern, and it's in testing now. So I kept this nose that I had changed on the second one, changed up the shape of the head so it's a little bit broader, not as narrow, and really dialed in where I wanted the color changes to be. I changed the ears, so they're still big enough to like stand up on their own, but it's a completely different method for one thing, and it's a different shape on the back side of the ears. So that's my own thing as well. The arms were already my own, so I continued with those. And then the legs, I lengthened a little bit from the second one because I liked the length of the first one's legs a little bit. But again, this is different from the Mama Made Minis pattern. Hers, they get too narrow and I don't like it. And I know it's because of the knot, but since I don't want the knot anyway, there's no sense in making it so narrow. So new pattern, Minnie Mouse. So I got these 3 done. So I got that commission finished and I got it all packed up. And then I got in on Crochet by Jenna's pattern test for her new capybara pattern, and I started planning out what I wanted to do with that. And I decided I wanted to do 2 shades of pink. Well, probably 3 shades. I think it's a 3-color creature. So I was like all excited to do a Valentine themed capybara in different colors of pink, and I was getting it all planned out in my head. And then my grandmother called me again to tell me she'd collected another couple of commissions for me for another Minnie Mouse, this time in pink, and another monkey. So that's where this one came in. So we have the monkey made, and now I need to make the pink Minnie Mouse to go with it. And so it's kind of put me off my timing on making the capybara that I wanted to make. But I decided I just was going to roll with it, and we're just going with a pink theme. So now we've taken 10-15 minutes to get to the point of the video. We're going to make everything pink. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to start with the Minnie Mouse, and I have this Cotton Candy by Premier Basics Chenille as the main color. I got, black and white as the only other colors, and shell, black and white and shell, the only other colors that are used in this pattern. But pink is the main color. So this is going to be the main color of the Minnie Mouse. And then this is probably also going to be the main color of the capybara. I have like 7 skeins of this, so I've got plenty. And then I'm thinking the bubblegum pink for the snout. And then I have to look, I think the feet are an even darker color than that. So I don't know if I need to see if I've got like a berry or what I have that would work for that without being too harsh of a color change. If I don't have anything that's not going to be too harsh, I may just keep the nose and the feet the same color, and I'm sure it'll work just fine. But I'll see what I have to do the capybara. And then, because we're sticking with pink, I'm going to do a pink bow turtle, which is another Crochet by Jenna pattern that she came out with, I think, last February, last Valentine's Day. I don't think it was 2 years ago. I think it was this past one. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely skipping an entire year in my memory. It wouldn't be the first time. And that's going to also be this light pink and white. But it's just the most adorable. I love this turtle. It has like little frilly doily edges on its fins and then a little bow on the top of its shell. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of her turtles. And I haven't made one in a while, and I've been wanting to. So I'm going to do that. I do also want to make a dragon. I want to make the new YouTube tutorial by Loops and Knots Crochets, her new little dragon. I can't decide if I want to do another pink themed one with that though, or if I want to do like an icy blue, because I did get, if you saw my Instagram reel, I did get a Secret Santa gift that was stabby sticks and safety eyes, and I got these gorgeous, these blue, and I got these lighter blue and these silver. Of course, they're in here upside down, so now I can't show them without actually opening the package. But anyway, so they're like light blue, silver, and medium blue, which I could still put in a pink dragon. I mean, blue eyes can go in a pink dragon, but I was kind of thinking maybe an icy white blue, light blue dragon. I have to think some more on it. So I'll decide that later. I'm going to do the 3 pink things first, and we're going to do that for this video, and then I'll decide on the dragon later. And if it winds up being pink, it'll be in this video too, but if not, it'll be probably somewhere else. But that's what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to get started on the pink mouse, and I will check in with you later and show you my progress. Hey there, checking in. So I got finished with the school I had to do this morning with the kids and worked on Minnie while I was doing that, and I just got her all finished up. So there is little pink Minnie. Now I did make a slight miscalculation with her somehow. When I was attaching the arms, I kind of made it to where her head was like veering off to the side. And by the time I noticed it and tried to frog back to fix it, there was a knot somewhere in the yarn. There were quite a few factory knots in this pink yarn that I wound up having to kind of hide within. But it was to the extent that I was not able to frog it back without risking breaking the yarn, and I didn't want to do that. So I just decided she's just going to look like she's got her head just turned to the side and sleep. So she's just a snoozy little baby. And you know what? She's a sleeping snuggler anyway, so Yeah, see, that's how she'll wind up looking. So see, she just looks like she's curled up going to sleep. And I think that works just fine. So the snuggler is finished. I still have the capybara to do next. I have to pick the colors for it. And then the bow turtle. And that's the 3 pink things I know for sure that I'm going to make. But first, I have some errands I have to run. I have a package that needs to go to the post office. Somebody ordered one of my really, really big Saja dolls, Abby Saja. So he's the third of the 5 to sell. So all I have left now is Genu, surprisingly, and Romance, I think. Yeah, Genu and Romance are the 2 I have left, which is quite odd, but it's fine. It is what it is. So I'm going to get Abby back boxed up and off to the post office here in a little bit. And then I need to go check on the flea market where I sometimes sell things. I just have things like on a shelf there. I didn't go do my monthly check-in last month because of the craziness with the holidays and all the markets I had last month. So I'm a little bit overdue for one. So yeah, I need to go double check on that and see how things are going there. I may wind up needing to bring some more stuff over there, but I need to go do an inventory first. So that's my plan for now, and then I will check back in with you once I have decided on the colors for the capybara, and we'll get started on that. So bye for now. All right, we are back. I managed to get the post office run done. I didn't go to the thrift store yet, or not the flea market yet, because I realized as I was on my way to the post office that I will be heading that direction already on Saturday, and it's like a 30-minute drive to the store. So if I'm heading that way anyway on Saturday, I'll just do it there on my way towards my mom's house, which is where I'm heading that day. So I finished up at the post office, came home, got a shower, baked some muffins, and now I'm ready to sit down and work on the pink capybara. So that's what I'm going to get started on. I went out and grabbed my colors. It is 3 colors. So the main body color is going to still be the cotton candy, like I said. So we got cotton candy. Actually, I'm going to clip this to my shirt so I can hold more than one thing at a time. The nose is going to be, I think this is bubblegum. Bubblegum. So we've got cotton candy body, bubblegum nose, and then the feet are supposed to be a little darker. So I'm using what's left of this skein from Bernat. It was like an ombre. You can see how it's still kind of a faded, lighter color in the middle than it is around the outside. So, but I think it works well with these 2 colors. Like it's darker without being really stark. And it's got a nice berry tone. I don't know. I just like it. I like the 3 of them together. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be my capybara. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I'm going to put something on YouTube to watch and enjoy while I work. And I'm just going to do something for fun. And I'll check in with you guys when I get it done. Good morning. Checking in again. It is now the next day. So I did get started on my capybara. I didn't get super far. I got all 4 limbs done. Let me find them all in my bag. And the 2 ears done. So I have, oh my goodness, front legs and back legs and ears. So this is what I have done so far. And I started by making the ears in that 3rd pink color, the bubblegum pink color. And after I held it up to the other pieces, I decided I didn't like it. Here, I'll hold up the feet and show you. So here's the feet, and then here's that bubblegum. And the light's kind of glaring a little bit on the camera, but I just did not like how that brighter pink, more neon pink, sort of clashed with the muted pinks that I have going on here. So I'm just using that Bernat ombre colored yarn. It already has a bit of a gradient to it. So for the feet, I drew from the darker side, and now for the nose and the ears, it has a little bit of a lighter tone that I'm drawing from. So the ears are slightly lighter than the feet. I don't know if you can tell. Slightly lighter, and then the nose is going to be lighter still because I'm drawing from the lighter side. So I think that'll work, and it'll just keep to the muted tones that I'm just really preferring right now for this little capybara. And then I'm still deciding what I'm going to do for the accessory. I'm really liking the idea of the bow. but I think I might need to get a different color than pink. So it's not just pink on pink on pink. I might need to do like, maybe I could do a white bow, or I could do a big red bow, or I could just go with a completely different color and do like a blue bow or a yellow bow or something. But I think that'd be cute. The pattern is just the bow, and you just tack it on, sew it on somewhere. But I'm thinking I may also crochet just a strip and make it like a collar. I think that'll be really sweet. So that's my plan for right now. I'm going to keep working on this capybara, and we'll see how she turns out. I'm really excited about this one. She's finished. You guys are not even ready for this. This is one of the cutest things I think I have ever made. I say that a lot, I know, but this one just turned out so cute. Look at her. Wow. Look at this little capybara. She's so precious. And I put the big bow. I did it in blue. The pattern doesn't have this collar, so all I did was chain out. How many did I do? I think I did like 25, and then I slip stitch back and made the collar, and then just like tied the bow on top of the where the collar connects so that you can't see those strings. It hides it. And then I had these sparkly pink eyes. Those are my rose quartz eyes. Can you guys see that very well? Yeah. I'm so excited by how she turned out. I just think she turned out so great. And she's so big. She's so big with the Bernat. Jenna makes her stuff usually in parfait chunky. Bernat is definitely bigger. And then let me see if I can flip her legs up so you can see her. She sits like this. Like she's a little sitting girl. There, kind of like that. Isn't she cute? Okay, so there's pink thing number 2. Pink thing number 3 is going to be the bow turtle. But I'm going to take a little break for today. I'm going to just, I'm just going to relax. I made this almost this whole capybara today. So I'm going to take a little break, do some other things, and I'll probably check back in with you maybe tomorrow or the day after when I get the turtle done. And we'll see how many other pink things we're going to make in this video, or if that'll be the end of it. But I'll check back later. I'm back again. I know I wasn't going to be back today, but I got some stuff in the mail. I got this package. This is stuff I ordered on Small Business Saturday, just because I like to get things on Small Business Saturday. This is all safety eyes. This is from, well, that's not her business name. Let me see if her business name is listed in here. It's this organza bag. Let me see if I can get this open. Actually, I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So she got this little bag. This has all the backs in it. Some of them I picked colors, but then I also got like 2 different packages of mystery. So I'm excited to see what's in that. So I got a little thank you card. Very cute. Thank you for choosing my shop, supporting my small business. Very nice. I'm going to stick this back in there. And what else is in here? She's got a little safety eye installation guide. That's pretty cool. Instructions on how to put them in. That's really handy. She sent me some stickers. Some cute little puppy and bunny and fish, little Japanese bento. I like bento box stickers. Oh, here we go. Livy's Design. That's the name. Hold on, I have her business card. If I can get my hand back in this bag. Here it is. There we go. Livy's Design. So you guys can find her on Etsy. Yeah, livysdesign.etsy.com. So that's where I got these. And let's take a look at the goodies that I got. It's kind of nice that you put all the backs in like this separate little bag. I might need to start doing that with mine because they don't always fit very well in the main bag with the eyes. All right, I'm just going to reach in and grab and see what I get. That little sticker that says magic inside. This might be one of the mystery ones. I honestly don't remember what I even ordered, like which colors I picked. So at this point, it's all a mystery. Okay, these are 40 millimeters. Okay, I've got them turned upside down so I don't see yet. All right, are we ready? I'm over here by my bookcase, so I don't have like a table to put things on. I'm kind of struggling a little. Okay, here they come. 40 millimeters. Oh my goodness. Those are gorgeous. Look at the sparkle. That's really pretty. Like I said, I don't even know which colors I ordered anymore. So I don't know if those are mystery ones or not. I'll set those back there. Okay, reaching in and grabbing next package. Magic inside. I think these two little smaller ones might be the mystery. Or they might be the ones I ordered. I'm gonna keep talking like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, 35 millimeters. So these are 35s. All wrapped up in tissue paper. Okay, I have it upside down, so I'm not seeing it yet either. Ready? Silver sparkles. Very pretty. Actually, they're kind of like an icy blue with silver. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera a little bit. So pretty. So these are 35s. I got the 40s. I've never used 40s in anything before, but I've made some really big things that would have looked good with 40s, so I'm excited to be able to use those. Okay, and then the last thing is this big package. I'm going to make sure I get them turned so that I don't see it before you do. These are 35s. I got the one set of 40s. These are 35s. Let's see here. Oh, look at those colors. Midnight. Midnight. Oh my goodness. Look at the sparkle. So pretty. There's like this blue-green one, this black one. I love this black one. Blacky purple one. An orange one. And then this sort of dark silver. Those are so pretty. Okay, so these are going to be fun to use. I'm excited to use these. Find my bag. I'm going to put them all back in their bag for right now. I need to make like a board or something, like 3D print a board to stick these in or something. My safety eyes for my personal use, so I can kind of see them displayed and choose from them more easily, rather than just having them all in like packages like this. But it'll go in this package and stay safe for now, and then I will find a way to display them some other time. But that's it. That's my update. Happy Mail. Check out Livy's Design on Etsy. Hello, and we're back again. It is now Monday morning, and it is the day that I hope to get this video out. So this is going to be the last little chunk of it. I spent the weekend at my mom's and managed to make my pink turtle that I was planning to make while I was there. So this is her. This is the mini bow turtle pattern. So Jenna has two of them, a mini and a standard. And Burnout Blanket, the mini comes out just the perfect size, I feel like. And I would charge $45 for this size. The bigger one in Burnout Blanket comes out big enough that I could charge, I think, 65 or 85. I can't remember what it was on that one. And then, of course, if you make it in jumbo yarn, it comes out even bigger. And those really, really big ones, I should generally charge $125 for, because that bigger yarn is a good bit more expensive and you use up a lot more of it. But this is her. The only thing that is different from Jenna's pattern, well, there's two things. Two things different from the way Jenna's pattern is written. In her pattern, she has a spot where on the body of the shell, you chain and skip to leave holes to later pull these fins through and sew them into place. I don't do that. Instead, at those indicated parts, I crochet in like 3 to 4 stitches of the edge of the fin. So it's on there really securely. And I don't have to do that whole sewing up part and have to figure out how to make sure it closes up that entire hole around the fin. And it just is easier for me to just crochet it in. So that's what I do for the fins. When it comes to the place where you would chain and skip to make holes, I just crochet the fins right in. Then the other difference is this is not Jenna's bow. Jenna's bow is really cute, and I've done that before in her turtles, but I found this free Instagram pattern bow by Nooks Hooks. So it's just the bow, the pattern. And it's so cute with the little ruffled edge, and I thought it would just look really sweet with the ruffled edges on the turtle itself. And I love the way it turned out, and it came out the perfect size. Like, I wanted it to be nice and big, so it's just perfect. So the only thing left on this little baby is to put her eyes on. I had originally thought I was going to do safety eyes, but then when I got to this point, and and was looking at her, and the head was the last thing to put on, I thought sleepy eyes were just going to be the way to go. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to embroider some sleepy eyes on this girl. And then the last thing that I'm going to do for this video, the last pink thing, I did go to the flea market where I set up my stuff on a few shelves on Saturday. So I went, checked out everything, and I'm going to wind up doing a complete refresh because most of the stuff that's there has been there for a while and been just kind of looked at, put back down. So I'm going to take everything off and replace it with the new stuff. But the one thing that's going to stay is the pickle jar, because that's done really well. It's almost empty. There's only one pickle left. But I figured this time, instead of doing all green pickles, I would do a variety of colors. So green will be in there for people that want just your standard pickle, but I'm also going to do a bunch of other colors, including pink. So I have this much left of the skein of pink that I used on the other pink things that I've been making this week. So I'm going to see how many pickles I can get out of this pink, and that'll be the pink pickles that I contribute to the jar. That'll be the end of this video. Oh, I also made a pink Christmas tree ornament. Well, it was at my mom's. It's a free Instagram pattern that I thought I just wanted to try. And I had pink and white with me, so that's what I did. I made it pink and white. I left it there. I hung it on her tree, but I took a picture of it, so I'll post that in here. Right over here. You can see my little pink tree. So that's the pink things for this video. So we started with pink capybara, pink turtle, pink tree, and now pink pickles. And at the end of the video, I'll bring everything out and show it all side by side. Well, except for the tree. Obviously, that'll just have to be photoshopped in. And I will check in back with you in a little bit. Bye. Okay, we have reached the end of the video. I managed to get 3 little pink pickles out of what was left of that skein of the bubblegum parfait chunky. So there they are. These guys are really easy. I don't have a pattern. I start with a magic circle of 6 single crochets. I go up to 12 in the next row, and then I just stay at 12 and add random mini bobbles. A mini bobbles where you have 4 loops on the hook instead of 3, so it's like 3 partially completed double crochets. So I do about 3 mini bobbles, just kind of randomly spaced around it, and then I don't really count. I just kind of go for feels, but let's see. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. Of course, this is the closing row, so 8 rows. Yeah, so row 1 would be magic circle of 6. Row 2 is increased to 12, and then rows 3 through 8 are just 12 with randomly placed mini bobbles. So if you want to make little mini pickles, these take up very little yarn, so you can use up scraps with these. People love pickles. Now, normally I put eyeballs and faces and stuff on them, and I'm still going to do that with these, but I saw someone else on Instagram, and her name is escaping me at the moment, but I'm going to put it at the bottom so that you can see it for yourself, because her stuff is really cute too. But she's made a bunch of little 3D printed costumes for her pickles. Now hers, I think, are bigger. Like, I think she's making big pickles with her costumes, but I'm going to print just like little 3D printed like accessories for these guys. So like maybe for the pink ones, I'll give them like big heart eyes and a big smile, like the emoji face or something. And then come up with different things for some of the other pickles as well. Just different little 3D printed fun things. I don't think I'll put signs on them. I've never yet put signs on my pickles. The jar itself says like emotional support pickle or something like that on it. So I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm going to give these guys just little fun 3D printed accessories. So 3 pickles. Whoop. And then, of course, the pink capybara, the Crochet by Jenna pattern test. Super cute. And she sits like this. Of course, you guys can't see her. Hold on. I'm going to bring the camera down just a little bit. Down to my level. There we go. So now you can kind of see her sitting on my pillow. Little pink capybara with her bow. She's so sweet. And then another bow critter, the turtle. And I did her eyes. Little sleepy eyes. And I love how all of these turned out. So this was fun. The pink video, all things pink. And here they are all together. Let's turn Cappy around so you can actually see her. Oh my goodness, I can't hold any of this. There we go. All pink. So that was that for this video. I will catch you guys in the next video. And I'm going to be starting to do some of my sort of wrap up things towards the end of the month so that I can get them out to you at the beginning of the year. So you can see right at the beginning of the year, we'll have a wrap up of this past year. But I think my next one before that, if I get another one before that, depending on Christmas celebrations, because stuff gets busy. But if I get another one before that, it's going to be an Instagram pattern roundup. So we'll see what I can get done as far as that goes. And I will see you guys in the next video.